Hello, everybody. For those that do not know me, I was formerly Fire Alarm Junior Tech 9 here on YouTube. Due to the fact that I have decided to start collecting fire alarms and make fire alarm videos again, I decided to give myself a clean start on YouTube by now naming myself Fire Alarm 5000. So now you will see me as Fire Alarm 5000 and not Fire Alarm Junior Tech 9. But I know some people will still refer to me as Fire Alarm Junior Tech 9, which is what I'm okay with. But I will be calling myself Fire Alarm 5000. And as you can see here, this is my entire fire alarm collection. I have not counted these yet, so I have no idea how many devices I actually have in my collection. But this is a good start to actually begin again, and there will be more devices in the future. So let's begin with this collection. Right there is my Simplex 4010 addressable fire alarm control panel, which features 4 notification appliance circuits and 1 SLC loop. The coding options on this panel are steady, temporal code 3, march time 120 beats per minute, and slow march time 20 beats per minute. Right there is my Silent Night SK2 conventional fire alarm control panel, which features 2 zones and 1 NAC circuit, and the NAC circuit could be coded as steady, temporal code 3, or sync Wheelock, sync Gentex, or sync system sensor, so it could sync those brand of protocols. Right there is my Notifier NBG12L pull station, which as you can see has been activated, but I cannot reset it due to the fact I actually do not have a key. I'll be getting one eventually though, probably within the next couple weeks. Right there is my Notifier NBG10L, which has also been activated, and I need to get a key for that too. One pull station that has not been activated is my Edwards 278B1110, which has a screw on the top of the pull station to reset, and it features a switch instead of these two. Well, this one features a switch, and this one just features a button. So when this is pulled down, the button is released, and that's when the alarm is activated. So this one features a switch. Right there we have my Gamewell Sentry pull station, which features a switch behind it as well. As you can see, this pull station looks fairly old. It is from, I think, around the 60s. I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And is reset via a screw on top, just like this one. Right there is my Firelight BG10 pull station, which features a screw as well. Right there is my FCI MS6, which has been activated, and I actually have never owned a key for that pull station ever in my collection, so I do need to get a key for it. Right there is this is an ADT pull that I'm not very familiar with the model number, nor do I know how it actually works. I know it has something to do with that screw right there, but I really haven't fiddled with this pull station much. Right there, if I can tilt my camera up just a little bit, this is a Siemens MSI-10, which was formerly known as an MS501 because it was addressable. But due to the fact that the addressable module has been removed, it is now an MSI-10, which features a screw reset as well. Right here we have a Johnson Controls MS2 pull station, which as you can see has been activated. Here we have a Simplex 4099 9003 dual action addressable T-bar with the IDNet module still intact. Right there we have an agent release notifier NBG12L, which unfortunately my key when I actually had my key did not work with it, so it unfortunately remains in activated position. Right there, that's kind of lopsided, is my Edwards 278B1120, which is basically the key lock reset version of that pull station. Here we have my Simplex 425120 T-bar, which is in fact the same 425120 T-bar I had ever since I first began collecting. And it's probably one of my favorite pull stations to this day. Right here we have a Gentex HG124R, which is a remote horn version of the newer SHG, which features a horn that sounds like a Commander 3 and either does continuous or temporal tone. Right there we have a Space Age AV32 light plate, which features a flashing circuit, and unfortunately there is no remote horn behind it, so it's just the strobe plate itself, or excuse me, light plate. Right there we have the Simplex 4904 9137 remote strobe, which is 15 candela. Here is my System Sensor Spectral Alert Advanced P2R. Here is my personal favorite alarm in my collection. This is my Siemens UHN MCS, which is multi-candela. It features 4 different candela settings. And the horn is electromechanical too. Here we have 2 Wheelock ASs, as you can see. One's red, one's white. Both are ceiling mount and are both 100 candela. Below the Siemens UHN, we have my System Sensor Spectral Alert Advanced P4R, which is 4-wire. So that's 2-wire, and that's 4-wire. Right here we have 2 Wheelock EHS DL1s, which are 2-wire electronic horn strobes and are successors to the Wheelock 7002T series. Right there is a vertical mount Wheelock AS, which is the predecessor to the original Wheelock AS, as you can see, and does not do a temporal code. It only does steady. Right there we have a Wheelock NS that's white and multi-candela. And right here we have 2 System Sensor Multi-Alert Sounder Strobes, or MAS, ADA compliant sounder strobes. Now the difference between these two is that this one on the left is 24 volts and the one on the right is 12 volts. And unfortunately the 12 volt MAS ADA that I have, the strobe is broken, but it's not broken internally. It's broken externally because a friend of mine stepped on it, which really sucked. But due to the fact that both my panels are 24 volts DC, unfortunately it would be useless to even operate this on my system. Right there we have a Wheelock WMT remote strobe, which is 117 candela and bright, mainly used for outdoor applications. Right there we have my Edwards 270 SPO, which is reset via a screw on top, and it is a non-ADA compliant pull, and it's the local, oh, I'm zoomed in too far, unfortunately. I don't know if you can see it, but it says local alarm. These 2 horn strobes right here, the one on top is a uh, Siemens UMMT MCS, which is multi-tone, and we have the Siemens UMHT MCS, which has a horn sounding just like a smoke detector, and both are multi-candela. These two right here, which look very similar to my Mass ADAs over here, these are actually MAEH sounder strobes, which feature different tones, including the default electromechanical tone. Now, the reason why I actually have two of these is because this one right here, the circuit board where the tones are generated, unfortunately does not work correctly. Sometimes when the clips are in place of the tabs, or when the clips are in the tabs, some tones actually do not work correctly, which really sucks. So I had to buy another one to actually have a working sounder strobe, because these are actually quite rare. I was really lucky to find these on eBay when they popped up. Right here, we have two Wheelock 7002Ts and a Wheelock 7002. The 7002Ts have a much rougher finish on the horn body, whereas the 7002 has a smoother finish. Here we have my Gentex GOS sounder strobe, which is actually indeed a sounder strobe. Right there we have a Gamewell Wheelock NS. Right there is my Gentex Commander 3. Then we have my Wheelock V7001, which features a plate, a horn behind it, and a strobe that's vertical. These are kind of rare in my personal opinion, and my phone just went off. I'm sorry about that. Right there we have a Simplex 4901 9822 electronic horn. Here we have my Edwards 892. I forget if it's the 1B or the 2B. I can't think of it at the top of my head. Here we have my Siemens UHN S17S, which is actually branded by Faraday and is known as the 6234. It features a synced strobe instead of the traditional free-run strobe. And I'm actually going to give this a shot on my Simplex 4010 panel to see if the strobe would actually work like a sync strobe. So we'll see. Edwards horn strobe. I can't think of the model number at the top of my head. No, this is not a speaker strobe. This is actually a horn strobe. I tested this a while ago. We have my Wheelock ZRS. And right there is my System Sensor 2WB i3 smoke detector. Here is my Wheelock AH remote horn. Wheelock MIZ horn strobe. Wheelock MIZ remote horn, which is 12 volts, so this actually will not work on my system either. A system sensor sounder, I think it's the PA400R. Don't quote me on that. I think I might be right, but I gotta double check. We have my Simplex 4901 9805 electromechanical remote horn. My Simplex 2901 9833. And over there, which is actually kind of lopsided, let me see if I can get a good angle. Okay, I don't know if you can see it well, but that's my ADT pole. I forgot the model number, so I do apologize. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure if anybody really remembers, but on my other channel, when I posted my future system construction plans video, I mentioned that I kind of forgot all model numbers, which kind of does suck in my personal opinion. But I'll eventually relearn them all again. I'm surprised I know a majority of these already. But anyway, let me continue on. I'm actually going to stand up now. The only reason why I'm so far away I'm standing is because my camera is actually connected to a cord because my battery is shot. So, but I actually managed to make it work. But anyway, here we have my Firelight VG8 pull station. Here is my Simplex 2903 strobe plate. Then we have my Edwards Integrity, which is 1575 candela. Here we have my EST Genesis remote strobe. Here we have my Gentex Commander 1, which is HS24- I think it's 75 or 15. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look at the model number again. WR. Here we have a Wheelock 31 or 34, or excuse me, I think it's a, yeah, it's a 31T, 31115 horn strobe, or remote horn. Sorry. Here we have my System Sensor Spectral Advance SR remote strobe. Wheelock MT24 LSM. System Sensor Spectral Alert Ceiling remote strobe, which is 115 candela. Then we have a System Sensor Spectral Alert horn strobe, ceiling horn strobe. And here we have my spectral alerts. These are, this is my multi-candela, Generation 1 remote strobe, which is 30 candela, Generation 2 remote strobe, and my P2475K outdoor horn strobe. Here we have my System Sensor Spectral Advance HR remote horn. Here we have my Simplex 2901-9846, which bears a big resemblance to the 9838, which in fact it's the same plate, however the horn is different. The horn in the 9846 is actually louder than the 9838, whereas this one, the 9846, is 100 decibels, and the 9838 is around 87 decibels. Here we have another mass, which is non-ADA compliant, so this is known as the SS24. They didn't put in the MASS until those came out. So here we have both my True Alerts. This one here is my 9427, which is 4-wire, and the strobe is selectable for free run or smart sync. Then we have my Smart Sync True Alert, which is my 4903-9418. Here we have my Simplex 2901-9846, or 2901-9806 behind the 2903 light plate. Here we have my Federal Signal 4050D horn, which unfortunately has malfunctioned. It actually came malfunctioned when I got it, so it does suck that this does not work anymore. Here we have my Simplex 4051, Simplex 4904 remote strobe, I forgot the full model number, my Wheelock Exceeder horn strobe, my Simplex 4904-9112 remote strobe, which flashes at 24 flashes per minute, whereas that one over there flashes at 60. Here we have my Simplex 4903 horn strobes. These two right here, the one on the right is a Simplex 4903-9217, and the one on the left is the 9219. This one is 110 candela, this one's 15 candela. Then we have my electronic 4903 horn strobe. So this is the 9236, which is 15 candela, 9237, which is 30 candela, and the 9238, which is 110 candela. And finally, my last alarm in my collection. This is my FCI strobe with a GX90 horn behind it, which I have named the Custom, because when I began collecting, I became friends with Charlie Davidson, who's known as a Soccer Dude 7330, who unfortunately has not made any fire alarm videos in quite some time. But back when he was active and I introduced myself to him via YouTube, when I first got my first pieces of my collection, I had an original Wheelock alias that was wall mount, and it came with a malfunction horn. So I sent it to Charlie, and in return, Charlie sent me this, the custom, which is, once again, the FCI strobe with a GX90 horn behind it. So, and that is my entire fire alarm collection, as you can see. And very soon I will begin to put the system on the wall with a board and the panels and with back boxes and everything, and it will be expanded around the room, which will be another back box up there for a horn strobe. So, yep. I appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you guys very much for tuning in. My name is Fire Alarm 5000, and I will see you guys in a later video. Take care.